What's going on, you guys? It's your boy the FOOTI to the big E here. So as you can see by the title, this video is simply what has happened to the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is I feel Dean Ambrose's character of lately has really fallen flat. For me, Dean Ambrose has changed so much over the last 12 months. This time last year, Dean Ambrose was so far over, it was absolutely ridiculous. Like round about the January time until WrestleMania, and even after WrestleMania, he was so far over with the company, it was absolutely ridiculous, and so far over with the fans, it was ridiculous. Now we jump forward 12 months, and I just don't think that is the case anymore. He's obviously got this storyline going on with The Miz. He's obviously just been drafted from SmackDown over to Raw. But I just don't see Dean Ambrose going any further with the character now. If anything, I feel he's gone backwards and he started degressing instead of progressing. And it's a shame to see Dean Ambrose do that, because Dean Ambrose is very much one of the gifted guys in the WWE right now. I'm just trying to get an idea of where Dean Ambrose has gone from the guy that I saw in the Shield, that I used to watch him and go, this guy has got it. Just like Seth. Seth had it as well. And Roman was a bit meh. Dean used to put on these great matches when he was the US champion, and I used to think to myself, Dean could go a really, really long way, you know. He's got a great set of movesets. The matches that he was putting on for the US title was really, really good matches when he was US champion. Then obviously nothing really progressed with that, and he held the US title for ransom pretty much till the Shield had the angle with the Authority, and they obviously took the title off him. But he had done nothing with the title for a while. But when he first won the title, he was putting on great matches with the US title. Then he moved on and the Shield broke up. So everyone broke away. Obviously Roman was on his own, Dean was on his own, Seth was on his own, and straight away you looked at it and we all knew that Roman was going to be the WWE's guy, right? He started being the unstable Dean Ambrose, which was a good gimmick, you could believe it. Him and Seth had this great kind of feud with each other just after obviously the Shield broke up. Roman moved on to work with Randy Orton. And they had a really good feud going on. It went all the way through to Hell in a Cell. It ran the whole of that year. And Dean Ambrose was very believable as the unstable Dean Ambrose, where he was unpredictable, he could do anything. Then his career evolved again, and he became the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. Now, even when he was the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose, he was still believable that he was like a lunatic. The lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose was going fine. Everything was going fine for the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose. He won the Intercontinental title. He had that feud with Kevin Owens and the great last man standing match at the Royal Rumble with Kevin Owens. And then things started to all unravel. We went into that feud with Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 32. The first kind of whack took its effect on Dean Ambrose, because obviously Dean Ambrose says that Brock wasn't open to his ideas, and that's why the match stunk at WrestleMania 32. And I could actually believe that that would be the case, that Brock would not be open to stuff like that. It's either Brock's way or the highway, to be honest. So I could understand Dean with that. Then he obviously had that run after that, where he had the run with Chris Jericho, and they done the Ambrose Asylum. Now the problem I had with this was when he brought in Mitch, and that was his lunatic fringe character changed a bit for me. He went from a guy who was a bit unstable, like here's Johnny from Psycho. Then he turned into Wile E. Coyote, where if Chris Jericho painted a tunnel on the wall, Dean Ambrose probably would have run straight into it. And his character as a lunatic fringe just got a bit too wacky. It wasn't like he was unstable, unhinged and stuff like that. His lunatic fringe just went a bit too wacky for a while. And then that's what really started a bit of unfolding for me. And then they made him win the Money in the Bank, which was fine. I had no problems with that. The night that he won Money in the Bank, he cashed it in on Seth Rollins, who had just beaten Roman Reigns for the title. So that was great. You know, he was a world champion. And we had that great triple threat Shield match. I mean, who wouldn't love a triple threat match with the Shield? Come on, people, let's be fair. But then after that, Dean Ambrose did nothing with the title. As they always say, the title does not make the superstar makes the title. And when you get the WWE title, you elevate your career and you move up that one step further. When Dean got the world title, he did not progressed. And this is the problem I have with Dean. If you look at Seth Rollins, he has progressed through his career. He gets better and better. Even when he got injured, he came back even better. He had a great match with Triple H at this year's WrestleMania. Even Roman, to an extent, has progressed. He's got better in the ring. He's putting on better matches. He's progressing in his career. But Dean seems to just won this world title and hit the stumbling blocks and everything fell apart. Now, Dean's now running around the Intercontinental title, and it just feels a bit meaningless. Again, he's not doing anything with that title as well. It just feels a bit, I'm at the point where I'm quite happy to see The Miz take the title off of Dean Ambrose this weekend. At least The Miz shows respect for the title and thinks the title should be treated with some respect. I don't feel with Dean Ambrose that is the case. I don't see him elevating it. Like, if you look at the people who were Intercontinental champions in the past, it was known as the workhorse title. People like Brett, Mr. Perfect, people like that. They made that Intercontinental title at times mean more than the world title itself. And I don't feel Dean is doing that. And Dean did not do that for the world title. Now, with Dean, what is it a case of? Is it a case of he's getting lazy? Is he resting on his laurels? Is it because he started settling down with Renee Young now and obviously they're married and that lot? What is the problem here? I don't understand, but I feel Dean Ambrose needs a good, swift kick up the backside and get his arse into gear to be that superstar that we know he can be. And I'm not badgering Dean Ambrose in this video, but he could be great. He could be up there with Seth Rollins. We've seen that. He can wrestle. He can do this stuff. But he just isn't doing it at the moment. What Dean Ambrose needs to do, and what creative need to do with Dean Ambrose now, and he's been crying out for it for a while, is he needs a heel turn. And maybe that is the problem with Dean Ambrose. Maybe Dean Ambrose doesn't really like playing the babyface character. Maybe he likes being a heel, because when he was a heel, he was thriving. And most wrestlers do like being a heel. So I think Dean Ambrose needs to be turned heel. Turn him into this unstable lunatic fringe. Here's Deanie, like here's Johnny from The Shining, and let's just go with it. Let's just let Dean do what he can do. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe Dean has just got bored. Maybe Dean's got bored of being this babyface. You know, you could say he had a great run with AJ Styles last year, but to be fair, was it really a great run? You know, because Dean Ambrose really didn't do too much in that feud. It was all built around AJ Styles, just to be really, really fair about it. Dean Ambrose needs a breath of fresh air put into him, and that is turning him heel. Let him be what he likes to be, and let him just go out and do whatever he wants. I think that is the way to bring Dean Ambrose back. I think that is the way to get his blood boiling for the business again and give him that little taster. And I think, because I really do think he's showing signs of a WWE superstar who is just bored and fed up. Alright, it's great that he's trying to be this like wacky character and that lot, and it's great, but as I've turned around and said, he's one step away from being the widely Cody from the Roadrunner. He really is at times. So I would like Dean Ambrose to have a heel turn, breathe some fresh air back into Dean Ambrose, because at the minute he's gone stout, and that is a simple fact of the matter. At the minute Dean Ambrose is stout, and you can see that. And to be honest, no one wants to see Dean Ambrose go stout. Everyone knows what Dean Ambrose is about. Everyone knows that Dean Ambrose can do the business. So guys, I hope you like this video. If you made it all the way to the end, smash that thumbs up button. And I'll be back with more wrestling content soon. Obviously, it's Extreme Rules this weekend. You know, we'll see what happens with The Miz and Dean Ambrose. But I feel Dean Ambrose needs to lose the title to The Miz. Let The Miz put some prestige back into it, because he will treat it like it's a piece of goodness sent down from God. And I think Dean Ambrose just needs a heel turn and breathe some fresh life back into his career. So, yeah, this was boy FOOTI to the Big E. Remember to like, share, subscribe if you've not seen my wrestling videos. Share this video, guys. Do whatever you need to do. I appreciate all your support. And I'm out of it, guys. Bless and peace, people. Take care.